Yes, boys, continuing on from the last couple of videos, I'm going to be going through how to do outreach in 2024. So this may be for your client if you have a client, or even getting a client. Um, so this work helps for both parties: people that are experienced in appointment setting, people that are new to appointment setting, and people that are struggling to actually earn commissions from appointment setting. So the main purpose of outreach, obviously, is the end goal: booking a call. But the first thing you need to do is gain attention. Gain attention, that's the key. Because you're not going to reply if you don't gain attention. Like, if I even go onto my Instagram DMs, I would have so many DMs in my inbox, in my requests, that I'm not going to reply to because they don't have any attention gain in them. It's like, I know what these people are going to say, and it's like a basic sales script. You know, the old fashioned sales script doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work. There's so many people selling things online that doesn't work anymore. You can't just simply just hit someone with an inbox saying trying to sell something. It's not going to work. People are going to leave you on red. It's so easy to leave people on red. So you need to gain attention with your first message. Say something that they probably haven't heard before. So you might think, what do you mean by this? So there's two different approaches in terms of doing outreach. So there's direct approach, which is my preferred method, and there's also the indirect approach. Both approaches can work. In my previous experience, direct approach is more successful for me. But I know a lot of people that have told me indirect works better for them. It just depends on your client, depends on what you want. Do you know what I'm saying? So, right, we're going to start off with indirect approach. So, indirect approach is your first outreach message is strictly to get a reply. Obviously, you're not saying something like ridiculous, but it's kind of, you're not going straight into trying to sell yourself. You're not mentioning your appointment set straight away. Maybe it's just kind of building a bit of rapport, as I say, build rapport, then approach them with what you're offering. So it's kind of the long way around things. These conversations tend to last a bit longer because you need to kind of build that trust with them. Um, but the problem with indirect approach is that you're easily mistaken as a potential customer. So if you're outreaching someone that you're gonna potentially be an appointment setter for, they obviously want clients. They obviously want people to sell to, and you message them. They might think, especially if you're going with this indirect approach, they might be thinking you're a potential customer. So you need to kind of, there's a fine line between being friendly and being kind of a customer to being someone that you're potentially going to work with. So you need to kind of distinct this and kind of separate yourself from this pretty early on in the conversation, just so they don't think you're a lead. In my experience, this gets a better reply rate. It definitely does get a better reply rate because people are kind of intrigued to what you're saying. Whereas, obviously, when I go to the direct approach, I'll explain more. But better reply rate. But the only problem is, like I said, a lot of them think that you're going to be a potential customer, and then when they find out you're going to try, start offering what you are as an appointment setter, then you get left on red. That's kind of what I dealt with. Obviously, this definitely does work. This is how I first started. I didn't know about the direct approach until further on in my appointment setting. So this definitely works, especially as a beginner. It's a bit easier, I'd say. Um, but yeah, indirect approach might take a bit longer conversations. You're kind of building some rapport, asking questions, kind of um, getting that relationship, and then going on to what you offer. Say, oh, if you're struggling with leads, you ask questions, find their pain point, then you go in for kind of what you want. So yeah, it's better reply rate, but easily mistaken as a potential customer. Yeah, obviously the end goal is the same. You want to book a call. You want to book a call with them and see if you'd be a good fit to work with. In another video, I'm going to go through some questions to ask once you've got that booked call, because it's very easy to go into this booked call unprepared and then look like a rookie. And you definitely don't want that if you're trying to land your first job in appointment setting. And also, this obviously, like client work, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Um, Still trying to book a call, but obviously, I'm not for yourself to get commissions. Direct approach. So this is, like I said, my favorite method of going. So direct approach is your first outreach message is relating to the end goal. So a couple outreach messages I get and stuff that I've sent in the past is like, "Are you a biz owner too?" So it's pretty simple. Like it's still not directly saying you're an appointment setter. Like, I want to work for you, but like you get straight to the point. It's cutting out a lot of the bullshit. Or you'd even say like, "Oh, I'm an appointment setter. Look, are you looking to increase your sales, or looking to increase something along the lines of your first message just straight in the deep end, straight in relating to the end goal, relating to what you can help them with. So you are still building a rapport, but it is a lot quicker conversation. It's a worse reply rate because some people are simply not going to be interested in what you offer. or they might have appointment setters. It might be appointment setters running the Instagram account, so they might not reply. They don't want competition. There's definitely a worse reply rate with this, I'd say, but the value of leads that are going to reply to you are going to be a lot better. So everyone who replies is most likely going to be interested, because that first initial message is already kind of to do with what you're offering. So you're going to get a lot of people interested once you message this, and you're cutting out all those bullshit potential customers that you get from the indirect approach that think you're going to be a potential customer. That's kind of the benefit of this. This is why I like this better, just straight up efficiency. I know you get worse replies, but I think the rate is a lot better, and that's what people told me. So it's a pretty quick conversation into offering your services. Shouldn't be more than like a 2-minute conversation, genuinely. A 2-minute conversation offering your services, and then straight to a book call. It can literally be like, are you struggling to get these? I can do this on a commission basis. They'll be like, oh, tell me more, who have you worked for? Then you can literally, after a couple of sentences, be like, I'm happy to jump on a call to discuss further. Bang, you're in. You're halfway in the door. Obviously, you still got a lot to do in the call, explaining yourself, kind of offering your services, but you're halfway in the door. So that's why I think direct works for me. Obviously, this isn't really the kind of template in what to write. I'm gonna do some examples of some outreach methods in another video. But if this helps, then drop me a like, subscribe for more, and feel free to message me on Instagram if you need any tips, boys. Thanks. Subscribe, boys.